Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 30. The Gopis search for Krishna, text number 28. Anaya Aradhitaha Nunam Bhagavan Harihi Ishvaraha Yat Naha Vihaya Govindaha Pritaha Yam Anayat Rahaha Anayaradito Nunam Bhagavan Arhirishvaraha Yanno Vihaya Govindaha Pritoyam Anayadraha Anayaradito Nunam Bhagavan Haririshvaraha Yanno Vihaya Govindaha Pritoyam Anayadraha Anayaradito Nunam Bhagavan Haririshvaraha Yanno Vihaya Govindaha Pritoyam Anayadraha. Matajis Aradito Nunam Anaya by her Araditaha perfectly worshipped Noonam certainly Bhagavan the personality of Godhead Harihi Lord Krishna Ishvaraha the supreme controller Yat, in as much as. Naha, us. Vihaya, rejecting. Govindaha, Lord Govinda. Pritaha, pleased. Yam, whom. Anayat, led. Rahaha, to a secluded place. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and his disciples. Certainly, this particular gopi has perfectly worshipped the all-powerful personality of Godhead, Govinda. Since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to a secluded place. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti explains that word Aradhita refers to Srimati Radharani. He comments, the sage Sukadeva Goswami has tried with all endeavor to keep her name hidden, but now it is automatically shines forth from the moon of his mouth. That he has spoken her name is indeed her mercy, and thus the word Aradhitaha is like the rumbling of a kettle drum sounded to announce her great good fortune. Although the gopis spoke as if jealous of Srimati Radharani, they were actually ecstatic to see that she had captured Sri Krishna. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti quotes the following detailed description of Srimati Radharani's footprints as given by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Sri Ujjvala Neelamani. At the base of the large toe of her feet, our left foot, is a mark of a barleycorn. Below that mark is a disc. Below the disc is an umbrella, and below the umbrella is a bracelet. A vertical line extends from the middle of her foot to the juncture of her large and second toes. At the base of the middle toe is a lotus. Below that is a flag with a banner, and below the flag is a creeper together with a flower. At the base of her small toe is an elephant goad, and upon her heel is a half moon. Thus, there are 11 marks on her lotus feet. At the base of the large toe of her right foot is a conch shell, and below that a spear. At the base of the small toe of her right foot is a sacrificial altar. Below that, an earring, and below the earring, a spear. Along the base of the second, third, fourth, and small toes is the mark of a mountain, below which is a chariot, and on the heel is a fish. Thus, altogether, there are 19 distinguishing marks on the soles of Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye. Hare Krishna. Today is the most auspicious appearance day of Srimati Radharani. So yesterday I spoke about Srimad Radharani's birth and other pastimes. So I'm not going to repeat her birth. Yesterday only we described. So today we will hear some wonderful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Not esoteric, but little funny and entertaining. And then in the end, I'll explain this verse like that. So all of you know, when you go to Vrindavan, everybody addresses, Shri Radhe, Shri Radhe, Shri Radhe, right? So Prabhupada, the most effulgent and glorious servant of Srimati Radharani. So our parampara is blessed by Srimati Radharani. So his father always used to carry Prabhupada to the sadhus and would ask, please bless my son that he will become a servant of Srimati Radharani. Like that. So in this verse, in this chapter, in the later verses, it comes that Srimati Radharani became proud and all that. I will explain later. So when this was, one question was asked by one of his disciples, to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He became, I heard that Srimati Radharani became very proud, that's why Krishna left her. So he became very, very angry that, you don't have a right to ask that question. Like that. It is heard that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is a very intimate devotee of Srimati Radharani, that during his manifest Leela, he would, there is a temple, Sri Chaitanya Mat, Gandharvika Giridhari, Gandharvika Giridhari. So in that temple, he would lock himself, and it is said that he would consult with Srimati Radharani every day, how to conduct the affairs of Gaudiya Mat, like that. So, if he said, if at all any service is to be rendered to Srimati Radharani, the most service can be rendered in Kurukshetra, like that he told. So, so this is our parampara. So we are, devotees of Srimati Radharani. So not only all of us, even Krishna himself is a devotee of Srimati Radharani. So there is a beautiful pastime. Once there are so many, some discussion was going on among the gopis when they were feeling separation from Krishna. Then they talked about, that beautiful, Radharani mentioned that beautiful form of, that chief constable of, Krishna. What is that? What is that pastime? Then there is a description. Then Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami requested Sri Jiva Goswami to narrate this pastime. So Sri Jiva Goswami narrated this pastime. It is called Madhava Mahotsava. Madhava Mahotsava. So one day Sri Krishna thought that I should glorify my Pranapriya, Srimati Radharani, and then anoint her as Vrindavaneshwari. And so he secretly consulted Vrinda Devi and make arrangements like that. So Vrinda Devi has taken a divine voice, and then she declared, as everybody was hearing, then she addressed Purnamasi, saying that, noble lady, please hear. For the benefit of all the Vrajavasis, for the benefit of the whole world, please perform the Abhishek ceremony of Srimati Radhika today. So she said that, make a very elaborate arrangement and then build a Ratna Simhasan and make her sit on Ratna Simhasan, and all of you should bathe Radharani. So it will be beneficial to everybody. The whole world will be glorified, and she will bless the entire creation, like that. So, and immediately, then Srimati Radharani was feeling very, very shy. So how can I take such worship and all that when so many elders are there and all that? Then seeing the shyness of Srimad Radharani, Vrinda Devi again took the form of a divine voice. Said, "Oh Radhika, please don't feel shy to take this coronation ceremony, because please be merciful and kind to all the living entities and bless all of them," like that. So then all her friends and all, they cajoled her, Lalita, Vishaka and all that. Said, okay. Then very reluctantly, she agreed. Then they constructed a very nice, beautiful, golden throne, Ratna Simhasan. Some of you must have visited, right? In Govardhan Parikrama, you will see Ratna Simhasan pastime is there. So in that, then there is a beautiful decoration with flowers. And then the pillars are decorated with jewels and diamonds and precious, materials, like that. And then the waters are collected from Manasi Ganga, Yamuna, and all the, Sahasra Tirtha Jal, like we have Sahasra Tirtha Jal for Prabhupada, like that. From all the Tirthas they collected, from Radha Kund, Sham Kund, everywhere they collected Kusum Sarovar. And all that. And then that, not only that, they have collected that water from in a jeweled jugs. Jeweled jugs. Like that, very precious. Like that. So, when it was announced that all the moving and non-moving entities of Vrindavan, they became so blissful when the Srimad Radharani ascended very shyly to sit on the Ratna Simhasan. And then all the birds and the different animals, they are making, different divine, noises. Singing, koel is singing, and parrot is, speaking very beautiful, sweet words. Then all these, peacocks and all, they started dancing. Like that. So, they are all, shouting, ke, ka, ke ka, like that. So, different, like that. And then Krishna became very, very blissful, right? Then he started shouting, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, and all that. So, when Krishna started shouting, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, then everybody started shouting, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe Shyam, like that. Then, one by one came, like we do Abhishek of Radha Krishna every year, like that. So one by one, they started bathing Radharani, starting with Krishna, everybody. So the Charanamrit, was, they built, with jeweled pillars, jeweled pillars they built so that nectar doesn't flow out. But there, and not only that, Lord Shiva came with his consort, Parvati. Brahmaji came with his consort, Saraswati. Indra came with his consort, Sachi Devi. And Surya came with his consort, Gayatri. So, all the Gandharvas, Kinnaras and all, they all came with his consorts in the human form. And they all, in great ecstasy, they all bathed Srimad Radharani. So much they were, bathing that the nectar, breached the boundary walls. Charanamrit breached the boundary walls and started flowing, and then it mixed with all the oceans. With all the oceans, and then everybody who came in touch with the oceans, they became very ecstatic by the touch of the oceans, and the whole world became blissful. And then there is all the devatas and all, they played drums and dundubis and all that. And then there is a chorus of, Vrindavaneshwari, Radharani, Vrindavaneshwari ki jai, Vrindavaneshwari ki jai, like that. And then Krishna also became very ecstatic. And then, so every demigod came, Lord Shiva came with a wish he gave. Sachi Devi gave some golden ornaments. And all the demigods, they gave different, very valuable gifts to Radharani, like that. And then the whole festival was conducted very beautifully. And then everybody was blissful, like that. And then after that, Radharani and her friends, they retired to their groves. And then she has as an empress, as the Queen of Vrindavan. First meeting she held. So different portfolios, they have to be allotted to portfolio like that. So Srimati Radharani chosen Lalita Devi as a Prime Minister. And then Vishaka Devi, another, Chief Minister, like that. Then they all said, then they asked, then Krishna said, what about me? You should give me some post. So Lalita Devi said, actually we are thinking about it. First of all, give me your application, CV. Submit your CV. And then your experience, your past experience, what all you have done and all that. Then we will have a discussion, and then if you are qualified, you will be posted. Like that. Then Krishna wrote a letter to, my dear, your holiness, highness, Srimati Radharani, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Newly anointed Vrindavaneshwari. This is Sri Krishna writing this. And he said, these are all my qualifications. I passed so and so. Then I killed so many demons and all that. So I have this valor and all that. I can play flute very nicely. So I am very eager to go from village to village and spread your glories and how you became Vrindavaneshwari. So please appoint me as a chief constable. And I will make sure that nobody will enter Vrindavan to steal anything. Even a grass also I will not allow to be stolen. Like that. Then they had a meeting and all. Then they said, okay, you're appointed. Then Krishna was given a very beautiful, dress, uniform. So he was awarded very different colors, pagadi, headdress, like that. And then it was decorated with peacock feathers and then gunja beads. Right? And then golden color dhoti and blue color shirt. And then there is a medallion, Vrindavan police. Vrindavan police. And then all these, stars and all. And then there is a golden spectre, golden stick to control then he put it in his waist, sash, he put it in his waist. Like that. And then shoes. Right? Shoes. And then full sleeves, because all this, like that. And then when they awarded this very wonderful dress, and then when Krishna came as a chief constable, everybody was enchanted seeing the beautiful dress of Krishna, because everybody was accustomed to seeing Krishna with all this, without usually he doesn't wear, shirt and all that. So with all these medallions and, uniform, like that. So already when all the living entities in Vrindavan, they became enchanted by seeing the beautiful form of Krishna in the chief constable dress. And even Radharani also became enchanted. Wow, Krishna is looking very different, like that. And then he was going from village to village and proclaiming the glories of Vrindavaneshwari, Srimati Radharani. And then wherever we would go, all the people, they would do, all these ladies and all, when they heard, already their hearts are sold out to Radharani. But when their Vrindavaneshwar, Krishna himself was, doing the glories of Radharani, they became more enchanted. And they are saying, like if you go to Bengal and all, they will say, Ulululu, they were doing everywhere. So they are welcoming, yeah, come. So in order to enhance the sweetness of the pastime, one day Krishna, what did he do? He took out his flute when there was some serious discussion was going on. That he hid the flute. He took his flute and he has hidden the flute under the wheel of Lalita Devi. Because she is very hot-tempered and all, so he wanted to, usko fasao, like that. So he went immediately to Radharani, said, "Oh, Highness, Vrindavaneshwari, I want to report that there is a theft has taken place." I said, what? My simple flute, is stolen. Somebody has stolen. The chief minister Vishaka, he said, what kind of constable we have? you know, actually, it is good that the stupid, wooden with holes, the flute was stolen. Now all the ladies of Vrindavan, they can sleep very peacefully. Otherwise, they haram, हमारा नींद हराम हो जाता है ये फ्लूट के वजह से, like that. So अच्छा हुआ. So Radharani became little angry. He said, hey, Vishake, what are you talking? If you allow, if you think that this stealing is allowed, then there'll be chaos in the society. No, we should inquire. Then Lalita Devi said, what kind of constable we have? He should immediately resign. If he cannot protect his own property, how can he protect our property? So I am demanding immediate resignation of our chief constable. We should appoint a new one. Like that. So Krishna, very humbly said, begging, said, please hear this out. You cannot actually, unceremoniously remove me. There is corruption in higher echelons. The higher officers and ministers, if they are stealing, how can I am a very poor constable. How can I, stop it like that? So there should be thorough inquiry. And then investigation, search operation should be carried out. Then anybody is having, the flute, like that. Then Lalita Devi said, okay, there should be search operation. So then she ordered all the gopis, please remove your wheels, and then there'll be search. They'll be searching. Search operation will take place. When they removed the wheels, they found the flute on the head of Lalita Devi. They said, Krishna said, see, our Prime Minister herself is stealing, so she should immediately resign. So Lalita Devi, she's very short-tempered. She is flushed with anger. If not for the protocol, she would have thrashed Krishna for, making such allegations. Said, actually, he is a very cunning boy, cunning person. He must have hidden this flute under my wheel. So there should be thorough investigation. Then Radharani said, okay, some Vishaka said, everybody should touch the feet of Radharani. Should touch the feet of Radharani and take a oath, take a vow. Kasam kanega. Ki I have not stolen, like that. So then truth will come out. Truth will come out. Then Krishna said, okay. And then he was about to touch the feet of Radharani and, glorify and all that stuff. Then Radharani caught hold of hands of Krishna. Said, Nandalal, abhi bahut ho gaya. Abhi you made me dance, like a puppet. Now, please remove this chief constable dress and then dress up, like your original form. And then come and sit with me. Come and sit with me. And then on the same throne. So then, like that. So they all demanded. Then Krishna agreed, and then both of them were, sat together on the Ratna Simhasan. And then all the gopis and all worshipped. So, like yesterday, also I have described. So it is Krishna's desire that Radharani should be glorified as the topmost and Vrindavaneshwari. So this is another pastime like that. So another wonderful pastime is that one day in the Hemant Rutu, it is very, very cold. So one day Srimati Radharani is going, and then so she was feeling little cold, shivering. Then Krishna appeared there. They said, oh, Radhe, where are you going? I think it looks like you are feeling very cold. So there is a fire of separation in my heart because, you are not with me. So please enter my heart. You will feel very hot. Like that. So Vrinda Devi arranged some sweaters and all, so warm clothes and all that. So Radharani said, don't come near to me. Please, go. Like that. So, so everybody is in Vrindavan, everybody thinks, their topmost enemy is flute. Flute, because like that. So they made a plan to, so what happened? Then there is a altercation between Radha and Krishna. So Krishna always keeps his flute in his, on his waist, sash bolte, in that he tucks it in, like that. So there is an altercation between Radha and Krishna. So in that altercation, Krishna fell, and then that flute also fell. So Lalita Devi came, and then she took the flute and hidden it her in her black hair, in the braid, like that. So then they were coming, and then so Radharani is also very disturbed that she didn't know that flute was stolen and all. So she was also very disturbed. This flute is disturbing all the time, like that. So we will steal somehow or other. We will play a game of dice. Game of dice. So come, they challenged on the Radha, near the Radha Kund. They arranged a Ratnavedi, Ratnavedi, very beautifully decorated and all that. They said now it's announced that there is going to be a game of dice between Radha and Krishna, like that. So on the side of Krishna, this Madhumangal is the advisor. For Srimad Radharani, Lalita Vishka advisors. So then, what is the another name of Radharani? Huh? Another one more name? Vishavanu Nandini. One more name? Madan Mohan Mohini. Vajreshwari. Lajjeshwari. Golokeshwari. Vrindavaneshwari. गौरांगी. वो नाम नहीं आ रहा है जो मेरा मन में है. जयश्री. क्या? Jayashri. So her name is Jayashri. So where is the chance of Krishna winning? Right? Where is the chance of Krishna winning? So so first game he lost. How much ever hard he was trying, he lost the first game. So Krishna has to give Kaustubhamani to Radharani. He gave Kaustubhamani. So then another one more game. He lost his very expensive pearl necklace. So he gave. So Krishna said, okay, at least Radharani is looking beautiful. Like that. So one by one, everything he was losing all, his earrings, bangles and, golden ankle bells, everything he lost. They said, like Draupadi Vastra and like that. Now I have got lost everything. Then Lalita Devi suggested, your stupid flute is there. So you bet, like that. Daw pe laga. So when they then that also he lost. That also he lost. After losing, he said, Radharani said, give me the flute. When he looked for it, it is not there. It's not there. Then Krishna said, Madhumangal, kya ho gaya mera flute kya ho gaya? I am a Brahmin, you are a fraud, you're a debauchee, I am a mantra chanting Brahmin, I don't know anything. Like that. So Krishna said, okay, you know astrology, so why don't you, do a chart and then find out. There is it is mentioned in Narayana, there is some mantras and then there is a kajal. Kajal, ointment. So, you chant that mantra, then you apply that kajal, you can find out where last things. You can see. Like that. So, Madhumangal drew a chart Then said, my dear Krishna, your flute is stolen by this hot-tempered Lalita Devi only. So meanwhile, Radharani came to know that Lalita Devi is having. So without knowledge of Krishna, she came from behind and then she took the wheel and then she took out the flute and then tucked it in her hair. So when they removed the wheel of Lalita Devi, the flute was not found. Then Krishna was castigating Madhumangal, "Arey, tumhara astrology nonsense, you are a bogus." So Madhumangal said, "Nahi, nahi, mera pakka hai." Like that. So when discussion was going on, then somebody said, "Jatila is coming, Jatila is coming." You know who is Jatila? Huh? Mother-in-law. Jatila and Kutila, they are the enemies of Radharani. Like that. So they said, okay, what is? Then everybody dispersed. Krishna and all, like that. So Jatila asked, because Radharani, on the pretext of doing Surya Puja, she is a devotee of Surya, Surya Puja, she would come out every day saying that, I want to do Surya Puja, Surya Kund, like that. They would go to Surya Kund and all this. So there Krishna and all, everybody meets there like that. So Jatila, why are you late? Why are you late? So it is mentioned that the Radharani, the kind of lies she told to, why she became late. Surya Dev is very very happy to see his worshipable deities Radha and Krishna, like that. And then he was actually amazed that how she is so sweetly telling lies, like that. So like that. And then meanwhile Krishna came in the form of a Brahmin. Brahmin. He said, hey, Gopika, do this puja, do that puja. Like that. And then he was chanting mantras. Surya Dev is a spiritual master of even our Hanuman. He is a very knowledgeable person. Krishna first gave knowledge to Surya only, no? So very knowledgeable person. So the mantras that Krishna chanted while doing the Surya Puja for Radharani, Surya himself could not understand. एक किधर से आया मंत्र? ये कौन सा ब्राह्मण है? हमको ही पता नहीं चल रहा है. Like that. Then he told Radharani, hey Balike, you do one thing. I am your Brahmin. You must touch my feet. First you do parikrama of me 4 times. Of your Brahmin. And then bend your head and touch my feet. Like that. So Radharani said, okay. She was doing, parikrama and then she touched the feet. When she bent, the flute fell. The flute fell. And then again, Krishna, Jatila asked, where from, how did you get this flute? How did you get this flute? Then again she started telling so many lies that Brahaspati, the guru of the demigods, he was very shocked, how she was telling so many lies and all that. Then he said, okay, actually, Radharani said, I am passing by Govardhan Hill. Then I found this flute. All of you know, this flute is the enemy of all the gopikas in Vrindavan. So बहुत तंग करता है, इसलिए I just has hidden it, like that. Then Krishna in the form of Brahmin, he said, okay, give it to me, I will throw it in Yamuna. So like that he got back his flute. Right? So like that, there are some pastimes. So this is my favorite pastime. Many times, every year I describe. So many years I have been describing. So we can hear one more time. So one day during Govardhan Puja time, Diwali time, so all the gopis headed by Radharani and all, they assembled in the garden, and then they were actually making pearl necklaces, moti ka mala, like that. So very precious, motis. Like that. So Krishna came running He said, what are you all doing? So Radharani said, we are all very busy, get lost. I said, no, I am asking, what are you all doing? They said, we are doing, Gopuja, no? So we are making garlands of pearls for all the cows, for all our cows. Then Krishna said, I also want to make garlands of pearls. Please borrow some pearls. Radharani, Vishaka and all, they said, get lost. We don't have any spare ones. You go. Like that. Are thoda to do na? Then, Radharani and all, they chosen some broken pearls. I said, oh, you take. Ye So Krishna became very angry. Then he came, he tied his waistcloth very tightly and then started running. Ma! Hey, so Ma Yashoda came running. What happened, Lala? What happened, Kanaya? Kya ho gaya? Said, please give me your moti. Right? For what? That, I will plant these pearls, I will make them pearl trees, then pearl cow, we will produce, crop of pearls, and then we will produce more pearls. I want to make garland for the... So, Lala, माखन ज़्यादा खाया क्या तुम? हमने वो सुना मोगरा का प्लांट, this plant, that plant, मोती का plant कभी से नहीं सुना. What nonsense? No, I made very nice sweet rice for you. Please eat. Like that she was, putting sweet rice in his mouth. Said, no, I don't want. Like that. Give me your pearls. I want to make pearl trees, and then all these Radhika and all, they were insulted me. They are making pearl necklaces for all the cows. They are not giving me. So I want to make pearl. So Ma Yashoda, how Ma hoti hai. So she can't say no to the son. Right? So then whatever pearl she has given it to Krishna. Then they have made a piece of land. They have taken a piece of land. Then all, Krishna along with all his friends, they planted the pearls in the nearby Yamuna. And then what is the water for the pearls? Milk, pure cow milk. So when all Srimad Radharani and all the gopis, they came, they asked, kya kar raha hai Kannaya? बोलते pearl trees बनाएगा. So Radharani and all said, ये तो पागल ही हो गया. ये तो पागल हो गया. Pearl trees, आपने कभी सुना है क्या? Pearl trees क्या होता है? Like that. So Krishna said, देखेंगे आप लोग, देखेंगे. Like that. So, within 1 week, there is a huge crop of pearl trees. There is a huge crop of pearl trees. And then there are so many pearls. And then they are making, very nice, all the cows, they made pearl necklaces. And then not only for the cows, they made necklaces for monkeys also. The whole Vrindavan, decorated with pearl necklaces. Very expensive pearl necklaces. Then Radharani said, hey, Krishna, please give us, some. When I came to you, you didn't, care, and then you have given me broken pearls. Abhi kis muh se puch rahe aap? Get lost. Then Srimad Radharani said, okay, I will also make pearl trees. And then they went to their treasury boxes. They collected all without the permission of their in-laws, husband and all, they collected all their pearls. And then near Radhakund, they dug the dugout and put the pearls. And they put, Radhakund water, Yamuna water and all that. All the cow dung, this and that. And then they put milk also. एक दिन हो गया, 2 दिन हो गया, एक हफ्ता हो गया, no pearl trees. Right? No pearl trees. And then now they are very, very tense. अभी सास सास पूछेगी ना किधर है pearls? Then they are very worried. All their pearls, they went into the land. They all disappeared. किधर है अभी pearls किधर है? No pearls, no pearl trees, like that. And then Krishna said, okay. Then they all came and started begging Krishna, Krishna, please, Then he said, okay, take all these broken pearls he gave. You take these broken pearls. Then he said, save us, our saas, husband वगैरह, they will kill us. Like that. Then they said, okay. Krishna then made a boxes, Lalita Devi, Vishaka Devi, Radhika, each gopi's name he made some boxes, and then he gave it. So, okay, take. So, if you go to Govardhan Parikrama, you will find this Malahar Kund. Yeah? This is where this pastime has happened. Like that. One day, there is a message from, there is a message that our Durvasa Muni came. Right? Durvasa Muni came. And the Durvasa Muni said, I want to take some prasadam. Please send. Like that. So they sent a message to Vrishabhanu Nandini. Then they said, okay. Then they cooked very nice foodstuffs. Very delicious foodstuffs. Like that. And said, what happened? Then there is a huge flood in Yamuna. So he's on the other side of Yamuna, Durvasa Muni. There is a huge flood of waters. So then Krishna saw, they are on the shore of Yamuna, thinking how to cross Yamuna, like that. Then Krishna asked, what is the problem? So Durvasa Muni asked for some prasadam. We want to take, but how to cross this river? There is no boat, there is no boatman, no sadhan, like that. Then Krishna said, you are all chaste women. Why didn't you spend some of your tapasya, chastity, tapasya, austerity, and then ask Yamuna to give you the way? So Lalita Vishaka and all, they thought he is mocking us. Then said, see, Krishna, what you said is correct. What you said is correct. Actually, the woman, like yesterday I was explaining, the woman belongs to the husband. So whatever she has, including the wealth of her austerity, belongs to husband only. So without their permission of our husbands, we cannot use the some quota of our tapasya for crossing Yamuna, for someone else. So that we cannot do. Then Vishaka said, why don't you use your tapasya? Like that. Then everybody started laughing. Krishna and tapasya. वो दूर से कुछ खाने का ठिकाना नहीं है, कब नाता है मालूम नहीं, हाँ? इतना गर्लफ्रेंड्स, हाँ? सो कौन सा तपस्या के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं? What tapasya he has got? Then Krishna said, what, you are all laughing at me. So a small portion of my brahmacharya, brahmacharya will easily make you cross the Yamuna. Then now Radharani also started laughing. Then Krishna and brahmacharya. Huh? You are such a debauchee. Huh? You are such a lumpard. Then all the time you are surrounded by girls and all. You are so chanchal. You are like a monkey. And then you are talking about brahmacharya, like that. Then Krishna became very angry. Then in order to save Krishna, his friend Madhumangal said, yeah, it is true. So you just use a little bit portion of his brahmacharya, then you can easily cross. Then Krishna said, Durvasa Muni himself said, Gopal Tapani Upanishad, that I am a brahmachari, nitya brahmachari. Right? Krishna is a? Lord Ramchandra is? Ekapatni Vrat. But Krishna is? Nitya Brahmachari. Where this is proven? Anybody remembers? Do you remember? Do you know? Anybody remember? Huh. No. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. There is an incident in another kalpa. It must have happened in Mahabharat. It is called Mahabharat ka Charam Shlok. It's the ultimate. Vyasadeva says that my intention to write Mahabharat is to prove that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is his. When Parikshit was born dead, there is an Akashvani. One who has practiced brahmacharya perfectly, one who never told a lie, one who never broke any religious principles. If that personality comes and touches this boy, he will come back to life. There is an Akashvani. And all the sages and all, they are there, they are very afraid to touch. Then Krishna said, if at all I am a perfect brahmachari, if at all I am a truth, I never told a lie, if at all I have not broken any dharmic principles, let this boy come back to life. Then he came back to life. Right? So, Acharyas, they comment that Krishna has come down to establish religious principles. Why would you do anything to break regulative principles? Break religious principles. Whatever he does is dharma. Very interesting like that. So, Durvas Muni himself said in Gopaltapani Upanishad that I am a Nitya Brahmachari. So, you consult with him like that. Then Radharani said, okay. Krishna was very embarrassed like that. Then he said, okay. Then Radharani, she sat down. Then very beautifully, she did sankalpa. She did, achaman. Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayana Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha. So the way she was doing achaman, all the residents of heaven and all who are watching this pastime, they were enchanted. Radharani doing achaman, and then she did sankalpa and all that. Then then they told that if at all Krishna is brahmachari, so if is a perfect brahmachari, a portion of his brahmacharya, tapasya of his brahmacharya, may help us, cross the Yamuna. And immediately the Yamuna gave the way. And then they all went up, and then they served Durvas Muni and all that. So now Durvas Muni, now the Radharani said, now how to cross? Right? How to cross? Said, you tell Nitya Upavasi. Durvas Muni sent us, give the way. Hare, abhi bhi itna khaya? Very nice. So Durvas Muni blessed Radharani. Again, yesterday also we spoke, right? Again he blessed, that whoever will eat, all that stuff. Like that. Yeah, like that. So in one Purana it is said, Din mein do, if somebody wants to live happily, Din mein do, Hafte mein do, Paksh mein do, Mahine mein do, Ayane mein do, means 6 months. And then Saal mein do. Anybody knows? Din mein do means we should eat only twice in a day. Morning and evening you eat whatever amount of you want to eat, you eat. Before sunset, you eat. Only twice in a day. Not that, munching machine, whole day. मेरा तो ऐसा ही है, हमेशा whole day something or the other I need. Right from the childhood. Bad habit. Right? एक बार नहीं खा सकता है. So if somebody can eat twice in a day, then twice in a week, Prabhupada also says, twice in a week one should take malasnan, means apply besan ka powder, besan ka, and then apply oil, and then take head bath, right? Twice in a week. twice in a 15 days, paksha mein, pet saaf karna chahiye, you drink some castor oil, means, there is clean the stomach. Right? महीने में 2 बार एकादशी fasting. Huh? Then, at least, not for us, for outsiders, at least 2 times in a 6 months, you should go visit the temple. And then twice in a year, you should go to yatra, tirtha yatra. Then that way, a grahastha can live perfect life, it seems. अभी समझ में है? दिन में 2, हफ्ते में 2, हाँ? पक्ष में 2, हाँ? And आयन में 2, साल में 2. समझ में है? You can tell to people, they want to live peacefully. Somebody wants to live peacefully, they have to follow this. Like that, they say. Like that. So there are, many such wonderful pastimes. However, in recent times, Srimati Radharani, one more pastime is there. So once, Jatila called, Dhanishta and all, they said, from now on, because yesterday I told that from now onwards, because Radharani every day she has to go to Yashoda Mata's house and cook for Krishna, like that. So Jatila came to know that there are so many rumors that some affair is going on between Radha and Krishna. So like that. So she did not want Radharani to go to the house of this Yashoda Mata's house and then cook for Krishna. So she called and then they said, some of the Sakhis, they said, you go and tell Yashoda that from today onwards Radhika cannot come. So what is this? She is married and then she is the wife of my son. So it is not proper for my daughter-in-law to go to somebody else's house and cook for some gair mard, for some other man. Like that. Then they said, what should I tell? That Durvasa Muni gave the benediction, all that. So Durvasa Muni must have told, long back, So now she is married and all. Just because Durvasa Muni told, so should I agree like that? So should I agree like that? So no, you just tell, like that. So Yashoda Mata is a Nandarani, so she may object. She is the queen, no? Said no, if she objects and all, we will leave Vrindavan and go to some other town. Like that. So it is duly informed Yashoda Mata that from today onwards Srimati Radharani cannot come, she cannot cook. So both Radha and Krishna, they are feeling great separation. Then that day Rohini Mata, she cooked prasadam for Krishna, and then Krishna could not eat properly. Then all his friends and all, they are very, very unhappy. Then they informed Dhanishta. So Jatila said, if at all he wants, you tell Dhanishta, she will cook here, Radharani will cook here, and then she can take prasadam for Krishna. Like that. So she will only cook some sweets and all. She won't cook, elaborate lunch and all. Said okay. Then they informed Dhanishta that Krishna is very unhappy. He was feeling hungry. He could not eat properly today because he found out that Radharani did not cook. Right? Said then they came to Radharani. Said Radharani is feeling feverish and lying down. Then Lalita went and said, see, Krishna has come. He is waiting for you. So as soon as she heard Krishna's name, she got up. Then they said, no, actually Krishna did not come because you did not cook today. So he's feeling hungry. Rohini Mata cooked. She could not eat properly. So you cook something. I said, okay. Then she cooked. Then Dhanishta, Dhanishta, she is the carrier of prasadam for Krishna. Every day like that. So what to do? Now both are feeling very high separation. They were not able to meet each other. And then she is not allowing Radharani even for Surya Puja and all that. Then they said, okay. Then Lalita told to Radharani that you pretend that a snake has bitten you. Then we will bring Krishna as a mantra chanter who can cure snake bites. Like that. So, Krishna dressed himself as a Vidyavali. I think sister of Dhanishta or somebody, Chandra, like that. Just explain that. Then they went to Jatila, said, some very poisonous snake has bitten Radharani, she is in a very dangerous situation. He said, what to do? Then I know one snake charmer, we will bring. Like that. So they brought Krishna, So then he chanted mantras and all, like that. So in order to, cheat Jatila, they said, you do one thing, then this mantra chanter speaking to this, one snake has appeared. The snake has appeared. He said, what happened? Why did you come? Lord Shiva has, somebody has suggested, why don't you bring Krishna, before that. Why don't you bring Krishna? Because he subdued Kaliya. Yes, so snake kitna? No, we will not bring, Radharani protested, no, I already getting bad name, don't bring him. Like that she was pretending. Then I said, okay. Then she brought, like that. So this said, hey, snake, why did you come? Lord Shiva has sent me. He said, why? I want to swallow Abhimanyu. He said, why? Because this Jatila, has, because Durvasa Muni is expansion of Lord Shiva. My expansion, Lord Shiva, this Durvasa Muni, Lord Shiva said, Durvasa Muni, he gave a benediction to Radharani that whatever she cooks becomes nectar. And then it is decided that every day she will cook. Now, because she is prohibiting Radharani from going to Yashoda's house, right? Then Jatila asked, मेरा बेटा अभिमन्यु क्या किया? अरे, because if I kill Abhimanyu, you will also die. आपका बेटा है ना? Like the whole family I will destroy. Like that. He said, no, please don't do that. He said, why? Then he said, okay. Then she agreed, okay, I will not stop Radharani. No, you take. So like that, there are so many wonderful pastimes. So I will, in recent times, how during the Goswami's pastimes, how Srimati Radharani blessed the Goswamis, I will narrate. So one day, Rupa Goswami, he was actually in Ter Kadam. How many of you remember going to Ter Kadam? It's a very beautiful place, Ter Kadam. And there is one one devotee, right? Is that devotee, that Baba? He explains all this wonderful pastime very nicely. And then he sings very nicely and all. A very beautiful place, Ter Kadam, like that. So whenever we go, our group is very fond of going to Ter Kadam because of this particular Baba. Then he gives names to all the ladies, some gopi, like that. So very interesting. So this Rupa Goswami, he was sitting there and doing his bhajan. Then suddenly he got a desire that, I want to cook some very nice, delicious sweet rice and then feed to Sanatana Goswami when he comes, like that. Then he is thinking, but he is very busy, writing the literatures and all. Writing the literatures and all. Then he was thinking, where do I get this, Then one very beautiful Kishori, she came. Said, Baba, my mother sent me, all these ingredients and all, for sweet rice. You want, you take. Like that. So Rupa Goswami said, okay. Then she said, can I cook for you? They said, no, leave it. Then Rupa Goswami went for some madhukari and all. Then she cooked very, very nice, delicious sweet rice. When the Kishori cooked sweet rice, the whole place was filled with fragrance. Sweet rice fragrance, like that. And so she said, okay. Then Rupa Goswami came back. So by the time Rupa Goswami came, that this Kishori, disappeared. like that. And then Sanatana Goswami came and Rupa Goswami served sweet rice. When Sanatana Goswami tasted that sweet rice, he almost became unconscious and then he became very ecstatic. So thinking that, who has cooked this sweet rice? Such, nectarian sweet rice. Then Rupa Goswami said, I had some desire, appeared in my heart that I want to cook very nice sweet rice and then feed it to you. Then one Kishori came and then she brought all the ingredients and then she cooked. Then Bebkuf, what are you doing? Radharani herself. Otherwise, this such nectarian sweet rice cannot be had. Like that. So then he said, actually, we are here to serve Radharani, not to take service from Radharani. Be careful. Like that. And then another pastime that, Rupa Goswami wrote a book, Radhastava, Shri Chattu Pushpanjali. So in that book, he wrote that Radharani's hair is looking like a serpent, hood of a serpent. When this is Sanatana Goswami or Raghunath Goswami? Sanatana Goswami, right? He showed that book to Sanatana Goswami. So when Sanatana Goswami read this verse, then he little bit expressed doubt. Hey Rupa, how is it, why, this comparison of Radharani's hair to a serpent is not proper. You should change the line. So Rupa Goswami considered Sanatana Goswami as his spiritual master. Then he said, okay, then we will do one thing. Okay, I will try to change that. I will change that. So one day, then next day, Sanatana Goswami, he was sitting and doing bhajan near Radhakund. There from far he saw some beautiful two young girls, they were doing swinging. And then he saw that girl who is swinging and then her friends and all, they are helping her swing. So her back is towards Sanatana Goswami. Then she was also having a hair. And then, so when Sanatana Goswami saw, so he thought there is one very dangerous snake on her hair. Then he came running, said, hey ladki, be careful, snake on your head, back on your hair. Like that. So he came running, and then when he came running, then that whole scene was disappeared. Oh, then Sanatana Goswami understood. So Rupa, what you have written is correct. Because, Sanatana Goswami had a doubt, how can Rupa Goswami be wrong, How can Rupa Goswami be wrong? So like that, that is one pastime. Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur. Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur and Shyamanand Pandit. They are little expansions of some portion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya. Like that. So, originally Srinivas Acharya is Mani Manjari in Golok Vrindavan. Like that. So, after doing preaching and all, then doing bhajan in Vrindavan and all, Vishnupura, Raja Birampur, right? All that. So he was staying there, and then he was the guru of all these great people, and he has many followers and all. He had a very chief disciple by name Ramchandra Kaviraj. So one day, Srinivas Acharya, every day he has this habit of doing a meditation on the Radha Krishna Leela every day. So, and then after some time in Siddhadeha. Then after some time in Sadhandeha, he would come back and practice preaching and all that. Like that. So one day he was sitting there in Siddhadeha and doing meditation. Hours have passed. He did not come out of trance. Hours have passed. Then all the devotees have gathered. They are very, very worried. They are very, very worried that what happened, he must have left his body. He entered Samadhi and all that. Then they tested the, near the nostrils, the with the cotton. It did not move. And then they said, you should call Ramchandra Kaviraj, his chief disciple, who knows his, complete, consciousness. So you call him, like that. So but Ramchandra Kaviraj is very far away. Then they are saying, what to do. If he left his body, then we have to, don't talk, Matajis. What to do. And then all that, so meanwhile Ramchandra Kaviraj appeared. Ittafaq, by the will of Providence. Then Ramchandra Kaviraj said, what happened? He said, Aisa hai. Don't worry, something. Then he is actually, I think, some Manjari. So he, with the blessings of Srinivasacharya, he went into Samadhi to see what is happening there. So in his Samadhi, he went to Golok Vrindavan. There, he saw Srinivasacharya, his spiritual master, Mani Manjari. They are all in Yamuna water searching for something. Then they asked, then Ramchandra, Mani Manjari recognized, Ramchandra Kaviraj. Said, what happened? Why did you come here? Aisa hai. Then what are you doing? He said, for 3 days, it passed 3 days. He said, there is a Maharasa pastime happened. So after that, when they were taking bath in Keli, so Radharani's nose ring fell. So we were given orders to search for nose ring. So nose ring. And then, so by the blessings of Srinivasacharya, Ramchandra Kaviraj in his Siddhadeha, he went inside Yamuna. Then immediately he found that nose ring underneath a lotus leaf. Right? So observe this. Then he did not go directly and give it to Radharani. So he gave that nose ring to Mani Manjari. So Mani Manjari gave it to Guna Manjari. Guna Manjari gave it to Lalita Devi. And then Lalita Devi gave it to Radharani. So this is commented that in all levels, one should follow the submissive surrender process. If he wanted, he could have gone directly to Radharani and gave the money, nose ring. But no, he followed the hierarchy. So this following the hierarchy is very, very important, even in Golok Vrindavan. One should not directly go to, one may attain the goal, but one will not get the fruit of that, of spiritual bliss. One will not get, if you do the Maryada Vyatikrama and do the service to Krishna. So that is the lesson, like that. Then Radharani gave the chewed betel nut, chewed betel nut to Srinivasacharya. Then he tied it in in his dhoti, whatever. And then when he came up, so after 3 days, he came back to external consciousness. Came back to external consciousness. Then when he came, there is, he has that chewed betel nut of Radharani. Then he distributed that maha to everybody. Like that. So that is one thing. And then once somebody put fire to jackal, and then Srimati Radharani saved it. Like that. So like this, should I continue or? Should I close? Okay. पता ही नहीं चला. So I will shortly, this Anayaradita Nunam, right? So after that, what is this, business of Srimati Radharani becoming proud? But actually it is not becoming proud. There is a secret to that. Right? So it is explained by Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So after, they are all glorifying Srimati Radha, the Srimati Radharani, that, this personality has done so much special service to Govinda that, he has left us and then taken her away. Taken her away. Like that. So, then then they found out that the footprints of both the two people, one Krishna and another Gopi, Radharani, like that. After some time, they did not find one set of footprints. Then they are concluding that, this personality has so much love for this lady that he has lifted her in his arms and carrying. That is why another footprints are not there. Somewhere they went and then they found out footprints are there, but only the toes, footprints of the toes are there. Then they concluded, here she must have demanded, Ashoka flowers. Vishnu Chakravarti says, as soon as Radharani entered the garden, Ashoka flower started blooming, flowers. And then so much like that. So then she demanded, get me some flowers. Then Krishna, stood on his toes and plucked the flowers. Then here, we don't find the footprints, but we find the, imprints of his back, like that, buttocks. He must have sat, Krishna must have sat, and then Radharani must have sat between his knees, and then he made her hair. That's why Krishna is known as Keshava. Like that. So later on, then Srimati Radharani said, then Krishna said, let us go to nearby garden. Let us go to nearby garden. So Radharani said, I am feeling very tired. Why didn't you carry me? You want me to carry you on my shoulders? So okay, you sit, I will bend down, you sit on my shoulders. Then I will, like that. So Krishna disappeared. Right? So there is a very great secret explained by Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So Vishwanath Thakur says that Krishna thought, Krishna likes Vamasvabhav gopis, right wing and left wing. So Radharani is left wing gopi, Chandravali is right wing gopi. So he doesn't like the girlfriend who agrees readily, whatever he says. She has to do nakaras and go to man and then refuse. Then Krishna has to cajole her, force her, come with me. Then he gets the rasa. Then Krishna thought, why Radharani is becoming right wing, suddenly, that she is became submissive gopi and then agreed to my proposal that when I take her, when I said that I will take you, like that. So this is not relishing. So my nature is to actually impress and then try to convince and be submissive to the girlfriend. So if she can give up her nature of Vamasvabhav, I also can give up my submissive nature and then be, play truant. That is why Krishna left. So then this is the secret, that everybody has, all the gopis have seen, that everybody has seen how great her devotion to me, right? Now I will show all these gopis, they should learn how to cry for me. How to cry for me. How she feels, what she feels during my separation. So in this whole pastime, the pastime of separation from Krishna is very, very important pastime. It enhances the rasa of that pastime. Then, so Srimati Radharani, she acted as if she became proud. Actually, because there are many sadhanasiddha gopis. In order to teach them, when you are not with Krishna, how to cry for Krishna. Right? Gaur Govind Maharaj says, we should know how to cry, we should learn how to cry for Krishna. So Srimati Radharani enacted this pastime, that to show to all, to teach all these gopis, that how to cry for Krishna. Then Krishna said, then they will become completely purified. Then I will appear and then there will be rasa dance. This is the secret of, that is why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, you don't have the right to ask this question. Where is the question of, So Srimati Radharani also thought, Krishna, already so much pastime has happened. So Srimati Radharani said, Krishna was carrying me and all that. He was doing so much for me. I also should do something for him. That, he must be very tired now. Doing all this pastime. Now if I tell him to carry me and all that, he'll become more tired. I think I should agree to go to the nearby flower grove, and then so that he can also get some rest. So that is the mood of Srimati Radharani, like that. And then the whole pastime of the best chapter of whole Bhagavatam, so Gopika Gita has come, from this, like that. So this is a great good fortune that we have come to this moment where we get this opportunity to hear all these wonderful pastimes and follow, the highest process of bhakti, worshipping Srimati Radharani in the mood of Vraj, where we can enter the pastimes of Vrindavan. So we should not actually keep asking Krishna, please take me back to Godhead. Don't ask that question. Don't complain that we are suffering so much. Right? Right now, if you want, we can go back to Vaikuntha. Right now. We have done enough service. But we don't want to go to Vaikuntha. That's what Lord Kapila says, right? My devotees, they don't like to Strasti, Samipya, Salokya, all that. So they want to only serve. So we should only aspire. Prabhupada says in 12th chapter Bhagavad Gita, even Manmana Bhava Madbhakta, verse in 18th chapter, that the devotees of Krishna, they don't even like to concentrate on other forms of Rama, Narsingha, Matsya and all that. They will only want to concentrate on Shyam Sundar form of Krishna. Right? Maya Vesha Manoyamam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopeta Samayukta Tamo Mataha. In that purport also, the same thing is written. Maya Vesha Manoyamam means Krishna is saying that my Shyam Sundara form, they are always absorbed. Right? So today we'll take the opportunity to remember Srimati Radharani and Krishna and chant holy names. Read Bhagavatam 10th canto. We should spend our day like that. Thank you very much. Thank you for Hemgiri Prabhu for giving me this opportunity. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions or comments? This devotee.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, bro. This is a wonderful lecture. How to understand that Krishna is Nitya Brahmachari and on the other side he is having 16,108 wives. How to understand it?
That is the secret. Our Sevatul Prabhu sent a message. This is the verse. Yadime brahmacharyat syat satyam te maitishtati tenapyam sarvaishwaryam tena jivati balaka. This is the Charma Shloka of Mahabharata. Like that. So, Krishna is Atma Rama. Right? He is self-satisfied. Yeah? Then he has no need actually to... there is one verse, in this whole thing, Radharani explains Dauratmya. Dauratmya, what is the meaning of Duratma? Duratma means, Atma means body. Dur means, so one who is away from Krishna, one whose body is away from Krishna, he is Duratma. Anyway, so Krishna, in order to fulfill the desires of all of us who want to have relation with Krishna in conjugal rasa, he obliges, to dance with the gopis and all that. Otherwise, he has no need. He is not affected by material lust and all. So there is a pastime, where Madana came. He said, I conquered Lord Shiva also. I conquered all these demigods also. Only Krishna is left out. And they said, when the time is appropriate, when there is a appropriate, then I will. Then on the Sharat Purnima day, when Raslila is taking place, he is surrounded by so many girls. I will simply release the arrows. And then Krishna will be defeated. Then he came and like that. Then he himself became attracted. That's why Krishna is known as Madan Mohan. Right? So he is not affected by all these things. He is a Nitya Brahmachari. So anybody who understands this, they will go back to Godhead. They will go back to Godhead. Otherwise, all this, including Gandhiji, they think that Krishna is, immoral. Once Bhaktichar Maharaj explained, there is one sabha is going on in like that. Somebody raised this question. He asked one grihastha that suppose if your wife goes to dance with Krishna, will you have objection? That grihastha said, no, I will declare that my wife has gone to dance with Krishna, right? Why? Because he said, you are immoral. Because you have actually, every woman belongs to Krishna. You have stolen Krishna's wife. So you are immoral, not Krishna is immoral. Like that, Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In this nice verse, it is mentioned that Bhagavan Harir Ishvaraha. So gopis in separation, they are becoming aware that Krishna is God, Krishna is Bhagavan.
Yeah, I mentioned, no? Because when there is separation, millions of suns of light, that heat falls on them. Then the whole thing becomes visible to them. That time they say Krishna is God. But when they are with Krishna, there is millions of moons, coolness is there. That time they don't know that Krishna is God. So they know Krishna is God only when they are in separation. This is explained by Vishwanath Chakravarti. Okay then. Only connected to the class, huh?
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for giving inspiring class. प्रभु जो है अपने भक्तों का जो घमंड होता है ना, उसको सहन नहीं करते हैं. जब गोपियों को बहुत अभिमान हुआ कि हम ही सबसे भाग्यशाली है, श्रीमती राधारानी को भी ऐसे लगा, उन सबको छोड़ के मेरे साथ ही प्रभु आए हैं, तो प्रभु अंतर्धान हो गए, स्थान को परित्याग कर दिए. और उससे कोई वस्तु अपने खो जाती है तो शोक प्राप्त होता है. ऐसे कृष्ण के विरह में सब गोपियाँ और श्रीमती राधा रानी जब रो रहे थे, उनके आँखों से आंसू छलक रहे थे और बहुत शोकाकुल हो गए, तब प्रभु कृपा करके वापस प्रकट हो गए और उनके साथ रासलीला किए. तो इससे ये सबक हमें सीखना है कि हमें गर्व नहीं करना चाहिए. जो भी सेवा हम कर पाते हैं ये प्रभु की कृपा से ही होती है.
This word is used, Saubhagamada, pride of good fortune. Okay then, thank you. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Thank you, Hare Krishna.